Welcome back to Cedar Cove Farm. It's time. We're gonna go get the grain drill. We're gonna go down to the field. We're gonna put some seed in the ground. I don't really need much more introduction than that. Let's just get going. I'll show you what we're gonna do. Some of you are probably wondering, why did I drive up to a fence? Well, I only have 8-foot gates currently on this field. That's a 12-foot box drill. I'm gonna have to make a new gate. So I'm not going to make the gate today. I don't have any animals to keep in. Long term I might though, so I will put a gate in, but for now this is where my gate's going to be. I'm going to just cut the fence, pull the wire back, pull this pole out of the way, and this will be my temporary entrance. So let's cut these wires and make a new entrance. All right, it is time to put seed in the drill. What I am seeding is called a waterway mixture. So it is fescue, ryegrass, and timothy. So fescue should be pretty drought tolerant. Ryegrass should be pretty drought tolerant. In the really sandy soils that I have here and the potential lack of water that we'll get, I wanted to put in something that was very drought tolerant to potentially be able to withstand the summer, right? Last year I tried to seed sainfoin. It didn't seem to work. Sorry, I'm watching a hawk that's eyeing the chickens. But this year I'm going to seed this. So the rate, these are 50-pound bags. The rate recommended is 25 pounds an acre. Having never used this grain drill, not knowing how accurate it is, I'm actually going to use the grass seed box up front, and I'm going to set it to 12.5 or half the rate. I'm okay doubling back over the field to put in the full seeding amount. I'd rather go light just in case it seeds heavy and not get to the other side of the field and not have seed left. So I'm going to fill these boxes up and we'll start seeding. Spring 2023 is here. One other thing I need to do before we go, I almost forgot. The chains fold up for storage, or they go on those hooks, so I need to get those undone quick. My bag of seed, since I'm not using that tank and the rollers are all the way in to 0 rate, that'll be my storage spot. I'll get these unhooked. They simply just kind of go like that. And they'll actually go down to the ground when the openers are lowered. So it's okay that they're kind of hanging in the air here. Okay. We should be good to go. Time to start seeding. So I drove a couple 100 feet just to get everything going, and now what I want to do is look down to make sure seed is actually going into the ground. So what we'll do is we'll find a trench here. And I'm not seeing seed. So luckily, because I have a GoPro, what I'll be able to do is just mount the GoPro down underneath to try and see if I can actually see any seed coming out, and keep going. The seed is the same color as the sand, so that does make it difficult. If we go up closer here, so actually, I take that back, there is seed. You can see some seed there, sandburrs in my hand, seed in between, lots of sandburrs in this area. That was a bad mistake to stop here. Okay, so I do see seed down between the disc blades where the grass or the sand hasn't been covered back up. Sorry, I'm picking sandburrs out of my hand. So the fact that there is seed showing up between the discs is good. Then the chains are also doing their job. They're getting it down, mixing it in the sand. So I think we're good. I'm going to increase my speed a little bit and make a few passes, and then we'll check. You can see how full we are. I need a bag and a half to seed this whole field. I put in about a half a bag, well, 3/4 of a bag. So I should be close to empty when I get done over there. So we'll go halfway, see if the bins look emptier. Let's start knocking out some area. up at the shop. It's a different day. I finished seeding the small pasture and then my batteries were dead, so I couldn't show the finish of that, but I'm gonna finish seeding the last acre. But I've had a break, so this is a bolt that I just put in here, but there was a pin there and the pin is now gone. I don't know what happened to it, but without it, the openers aren't raising and lowering. So now I'm gonna test. I just threw that bolt in. I'm gonna set you guys down, see if the openers raise. They stopped raising, and that's the only thing I can tell that's different. So let's see if that fixes it. If it does, we'll get that bolted in and keep going. That's all I needed to see. It does get the openers in the air. Sorry, the sun is not working well. It's working too well. You can't see me. So the bolt will work. I've got a couple of wrenches. I'm gonna get that tightened up and then we'll go seed that last acre. Okay, I am in a different corner. So this is the field I just seeded. And what I'm gonna do now is seed this square over here. This is about an acre of ground, but I'm doing something a little bit different. So in that field, like I said earlier in the video, I did a waterway mix, which was ryegrass, fescue, a little blend of different things. This time, in this acre, I'm doing a little bit of an experiment with something different. So I've got a different bag of seed here. And this is a tall grass prairie mix. So let me show you the tag here. So if you guys can see that, maybe. It is 40% big blue stem, 40% Indian grass, 20% switchgrass. So plants at 9 pounds an acre, germination rate 96%, 76% purity. So what percentage of it is actually what it's supposed to be? So this I have just enough for 1 acre. This is quite a bit more expensive, but being that I'm on the sandy soil that I've talked about before, I want to see if this grass does well, grows well. So I'm gonna just plant an acre of it and see how it goes. If it does really well, I'm gonna end up seeding probably this whole 14-acre field in this tall grass prairie mix. It is something I can still make hay out of. It's a native grass to the Iowa, Illinois, Midwest region. So if it does well and it thrives, it's something I'll be continually trying to convert my pastures into to have a little bit of a specialty crop. So now what I need to do, I've got 12 pounds of this. I need to evenly distribute it amongst the 2 seed hoppers so that I can seed out this acre. So I've got the bins about as even as I can get them. By guessing, you can kind of see here, there's quite a bit of different seeds in there, which is what we're looking for. I do have to do one thing. You can see maybe down in here, that seed tube is plugged with old grass seed from the last field, that seed tube as well. So there was a bunch of cobwebs and junk in those seed tubes. So what I've got to do is come down here, pull that. You can see we're cleaned out. This one as well. Looks good. So I'm going to set you guys down, reattach those, and we'll start seeding this last acre. I'm back up at the shop. I seeded everything. The camera died again, but last step is just going to be blow out what little seed is remaining that didn't get metered out. A little bit more in this one, but overall it's mostly gone. So I'm going to blow that out, and then the drill is done till at least the fall. So that's all the hay that I'm going to seed this year, or this spring. In the fall, depending on what does better, I will probably seed more in the fall for next year. So that's all I got for this video. Thanks for coming out, hanging out with me today. Stick around and catch out more stuff coming in the future. See ya.